Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell from the book title, I'm doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. If you hear any weird sounds, my dog is sitting right next to me, just out of frame. She just had to join the party. She's like, I hear someone in the living room and I have to join. So she's like, if we're doing couch snuggle time, I want to snuggle. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I have a love of books. I want to share it with everyone. So yeah, I just love books. I have loved books for my entire life. My mother can attest to this. Growing up, whether it was school books at the beginning of each school year, going to the library, or going to the bookstore, I was just excited to get new books in whatever form they came in, whether they were even textbooks. So yeah, it did not matter what form they came in. I was excited to have them come into my life. The excitement for the school books usually faded pretty quickly, but the other ones, yeah, they always stayed. So question number 2, what are some fun, neat things you bring to the BookTube community? So I am a librarian. I got my master's in library science last year, and I am focusing my library service on youth services, so that covers children 0 to 18. So I have a love of picture books, board books, middle grade, graphic novels for middle grade, young adults, YA novels. So I am a big lover of all of those types of books. Not that I don't love adult books as well. And I do read some nonfiction, but that's really where my love of books is at. So I love to share new recommendations from those areas. So a lot of my recommendations will be coming from those genres, but I do find some really good adult reads on occasion, and some really good nonfiction that aren't children's books or young adult books. So yeah, trying to branch out on the nonfiction. That is something that I have always struggled with. So that is some unique things that I bring to the table. And another unique thing is that I also have my own library. So to have a library, you have to have at least 1,000 books in your collection. In my physical collection, I have 1,417 currently. It grows all the time. I'm gonna be doing a bookshelf library tour sometime soon, once I get it a little more organized. It kind of exploded more from Christmas, but I definitely want to do a tour to show everyone. So, third question, what are you most excited for with this channel? I'm definitely excited to share all the wonderful reads that I find, because sometimes there are books that I don't see on BookTube that I definitely want to share with others, so that they can, hopefully it might be their new favorite book. Because I've had some other booktubers share with me some books that are now my new favorite books. I can't remember who shared with me A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, but I will be forever grateful. You know what? It might have been Haley Fan. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, totally obsessed with that series now. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just excited to share great books with everyone, and to create more book friends. I don't have a lot of people like that live like super close to me, that I can do book things with. I have a few people, but I'm always looking for new book friends. So yeah, can never have too many book friends. So question number 4, why do you love reading? Oh, that's like a loaded question. So I love reading because it just takes you to another place. Like, it is the easiest way for you to travel without going anywhere. Especially love fantasy for that reason, because you get to travel to new lands and experience new things and new worlds that never existed before. Yeah, those are just, it's incredible the things that reading can do for you. And it helps you to open up your mind to new ideas and thoughts that you never would have come up with yourself. And you definitely learn new things. So those are definitely reasons that I love to read. Question number 5, what book series got you into reading? So I am honestly not sure what book or series got me into reading. No, this might have been it, but my mom has been reading to me since I was a child. But I do have a fun childhood story about reading. My mom had taken me, I think I was about 3 at the time. We had just recently gone to the library. My parents were out, they had gotten a babysitter. My grandma went with them because my grandma lived with us at the time. So my parents were out, and my brother was the babysitter watching some show, and I was behind a chair with a library book, and it was Harold and the Purple Crayon. And somehow I had found a permanent marker, and I decided to be like Harold. And I drew all through the brand new library book. So I feel like that book sort of got me into reading, and like the idea that I can find my way into new worlds and and do new things. But another series that I really have a firm memory of, like, finding a book and like getting really excited about it, is the Jedi Apprentice series. So by Jude Watson. I found this random bookstore when I was doing a homeschool, going out of town with my family, and we were doing this going to this science center for this homeschool activity, and it was in this shopping center, and I found it in there, and it was the 5th in the series, and so it just got me into that entire series. And oh gosh, there were so many of them. So it was about Obi-Wan Kenobi when he was a Jedi apprentice to Qui-Gon Jinn. So, and then of course they came out with the sequel series where it was about Anakin and being apprenticed to Obi-Wan. So yeah, still have all of them. Honestly, I might have to do a reread of those. This is really making me this has me jonesing for these books. So number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite YouTubers? Oh my goodness. I honestly don't know. I have so many favorite booktubers, but I just don't know what specific questions I would ask. At this point, like, I'm just taking things as they come and just having fun with it. And if things don't turn out well, like, it's okay. I meant to have this filmed like earlier in the week, but work was rough, and I ended up getting a migraine that lasted 2 days. But yeah, just taking things with rolling with the punches. But yeah, I don't really have any like specific questions. And of course, I'm probably gonna think of all of them the second I move away from this question. So, question number 7: what challenges will be the hardest to overcome? I think the hardest challenge will be filming, and editing with my crazy busy schedule. Because life is quite busy. I'm currently working full time as a planogram analyst, while I'm saving money to be able to do my library, be a librarian full time, and then I'm volunteering right now at my local library, running 2 programs for them. So I'm doing a preschool story time and a tween book club for them. So I've been doing that since the fall. So we're coming up, by the end of this May, it'll have been almost like 9 months for them. So it's been a lot of fun to do that. But I think just with that and a lot of other commitments with church and family and things. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the biggest challenge. And these random migraines, they just love to come at the worst time. So yeah, I think that will be the hardest challenge. Number 8, when did you start reading? Before, I think probably when I started reading was probably like 4 or 5. That I probably started reading on my own, or maybe 6. But I've been a reader forever. I can't think of anything better. I cannot honestly count the amount of books that I've read in my lifetime. So there's no better passion than reading, in my book. Number 9, where do you read? I honestly will read anywhere. I will read in my living room, on my bed. I'll listen to an audiobook in the car, while I'm out on a walk. I'll pace around the house holding a physical book or listening to an audiobook. Holding a physical book, you got to be really good with like your peripheral vision while still reading the book. It takes practice, trust me. You sometimes bump into things. I speak from experience. But yeah, I can honestly read books pretty much anywhere. No matter the noise volume, I can do it. So I'm really good at tuning people out, which is not always a good thing. But yeah, so, which is really helpful when you're like reading a scary book and like you want to be in the company of someone else, but they're doing something like watching TV. So like you want to read your scary book, which I don't read them very often for this very reason. So you're like trying to finish it and like they're watching TV. It's like, okay, can't leave. Like I must stay with them until I finish. So yeah, sometimes it's a skill you got to learn sometimes. Finally, last question. What kind of books do you like to read? I'm honestly all over the map when it comes to books. I like picture books. I am a huge fan of graphic novels, like middle grade, young adult, and I'll read some adult graphic novels. It just really depends on the subject matter. I'm really not into like anything that has like super high like sexual content. So I usually do my research on certain books to try and like shy away from that. But that's just a personal thing for me. But I know that some people love that, which you do you, and I will do me. And then I also love just like middle grade novels. I have so many middle grade novels that I want to read. The list is very long. I love young adult novels. I love contemporary historical fiction. oh gosh, I just need to pull up my Goodreads shelves because honestly, they have it all. I have a shelf for pretty much everything that I will read. I love biographies. I love Christian fiction. I will read a classic every now and then. Absolutely love fantasy and science fiction. I will read some holiday books when it's that special time of the year, depending on the holiday. Although I have been known to read sometimes like a Christmas book in the middle of July or June. Like I read The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling in the middle of June and then just started sobbing because it made me cry. So I love mysteries and thrillers. I love romance books. Just when they're like clean, I don't like smutty romance books. I will skip scenes like, but when like it's all smut, like, yeah, no thank you. And then I'm a really big fan of like survival books. Yeah, I have a whole entire shelf dedicated to survival books. That's how much I love them. So yeah, those are just some of the genres that I really enjoy. So yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. And I just want to say that, I hope you remember who you are and where you live, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.